So here we go. We have the tent up. And we're going to take a look and see how gross this thing actually is. That's probably a good 50 years worth of grime. Get it jacked up. We're going to take a peek behind the wheel and see exactly what we're looking at. When we picked her up, the old owner said that she is definitely leaking from a few spots. So obviously we gotta jack it up, take a look, make sure she's safe. And you can already see behind that wheel to the left, it's pretty much self-lubricating. And on the top, a little grimy, a little rusted, but definitely worth saving. And no power tools here. We're going to do it all by hand, slowly, surely. Obviously we cracked the bolts before we jacked it up. I'm just going to do it nice and old school. Kids even have tire irons like this anymore? Anyways, let's buzz through this. Taking a little long. Get this wheel off. Let's look at the crud. Alright, here she goes. Beautiful. Some cobwebs. You know, can you even tell what the hell some of this shit is? Stuff. Yeah, it's pretty grimy. Pretty gross. We're gonna have to clean it up to see exactly what's leaking, what's not, what's broken. Kind of go through it, see what we can do, see what we can uncover, see what's being held together by rust. Kind of a nightmare. But it's all part of the fun. Sweet drum. It's a couple years of grime. Pontiac. As you can see, she's already spitting out underneath a little bit. That's alright. Didn't hurt anybody. Jacked up. She looks pretty from afar. There we go. Little 400 cubic inch. Yeah, see that arm? That's kind of nice and shiny. It was a little gross before in some of the pictures. We'll get the videos a little more fluent and flowing correctly down the road, but yeah, she's definitely spewing from a few of these hoses.
Slowly cleaning up the grease.
You can see down
so we can try
on the frame they have scraped off all the grime, just so we can see where some of the leakage is flowing to and from. So it looks like she's been maintained a little bit. She's been kept running, we'll say, but not a lot of love put into her. We'll change all that. Yeah, it looks like this whole bad boy's all disconnected, so we'll leave it there for now. I think I ended up tucking in those hoses somewhere, cleaning up a little bit, moving some stuff around. You can see we started to clean underneath.
Try to
Definitely
clean up the hoses as best we can. See where the
couple different hoses there going on to the, I believe it's the tipping arm. Now you have to understand, even though I grew up around cars, my father tried to keep me away from it. So I'm an IT guy full time, but I love this stuff, and just now able to get back into it. And I'll tell you, without the help of my boy Charlie, I don't know what the hell I'd do. I probably would have given up a couple times just because it seems like just one thing after another. Well, good thing he's patient with all my dumb questions. Appreciate it, Charlie. Thanks again, man.
It's tucked tight.
As you can see,
cut that out after.
some grime in there.
But you can see some of these lines are still
I
buried.
ended up digging out some of those lines a little bit.
And the
They were
grime down there was
covered,
still
absolutely
big.
covered. You couldn't even see the line coming out
I
of
bet
that. Brake junction box, whatever the correct name is. This is definitely leaking down there too, out of the. Pretty air conditioning. Yeah, you know. A little thick, though. Just a little thick. A little grimy. That's alright. You know, first part of trying to clean it up. And the way I look at it is that's called salt protection right there in the Northeast. All that grime and gunk, that's just preventing the inevitable rust that's trying to creep through this car. Luckily it's pretty solid. But yeah, nice booger there. Pretty gross. And some of the next videos, when we actually go through some of the brake lines and replace a couple other parts, we do a little more narrating while we're doing the video, so it's not just a voiceover of me trying to explain what I'm trying to portray in my shaky video. But you can see it's a lot of just jumping through, and if I haven't said it already, not only in the first video I said a necessity here is, you know, making sure you have some decent tools, making sure you have I don't have a flat driveway, but I had to get some kind of tent to work under. I'd say the top priority was actually finding someone that I could actually talk to about some of this stuff and help me figure out some of the issues, because not everything can be figured out through YouTube videos alone, as you'll see when I try to fix the original horn on this, which that's quite entertaining. And I was a little nervous trying to fix some of the items. You can see how thick and gross that is in the bottom. But the next videos, like I said, will show all this pretty much cleaned up. And you can actually see the bolts on it now. It's pretty impressive. That's a lot cleaner than what it was, let me tell you. But yeah, make sure you find someone that you can reference some of the items off of, because without, like I said, my friend Charlie, I don't know if I would have continued down the path with some of the items, you know, being a guy that's never really, we'll say, changed out brake lines. I've done plenty of brake jobs. When I say brake jobs, I mean replacing rotors and, you know, brake pads, but nothing like this. So hang in there, watch some more videos, and thanks again.